Hi guys, it's me again, KO Cool. What's up? What's up, y'all? Well, hi guys. I'm sure most of you have heard by now about Balenciaga being dirty, rotten scoundrels. You know, it is pretty rotten how the world is allowing this and how, anybody could actually think that this is cool. This picture's really cool. As you can see, this is what it's about. They had two different little kids holding teddy bears, which are handbags apparently. Is that a koala? She got a koala with, I can't say the many words about this because of YouTube, but I'm sure you can see that they're wearing leather, the plush toys, and that is indicating Bondage. Hopefully they'll allow that word if I spell it. You know when you can't say the word walkies around your dog and you got to spell it because if you say it they start going mental. Hopefully the bots are like that. If I spell stuff they won't recognize it. But yeah, these guys have gone dark, so they put out an apology. Let's read it. We apologize for displaying unsettling documents in our campaign. We take this matter very seriously and are taking legal action against the parties responsible for creating the set and including unapproved items for our Spring 23 campaign photo shoot. We strongly condemn abuse of children in any form. We stand for children's safety and well-being. Well, that's very interesting that you put that out because we all know that it takes a lot of people to okay a photo for a magazine or any type of campaign. I've got a photographer, a British guy, who's going to explain that you got to go through 1,000 channels to get a photo approved. So there are a lot of sickos in the Balenciaga camp. I'm just saying, Kanye, you got out, man. You actually got out before it went real dark. So, hey, I reckon they did Ye a bloody favor in sacking him. Adidas, Balenciaga, Gap, all of them. Because they're obviously all as dark as each other. Because I don't get how anybody could think that those photos are okay. Especially since the document under them states the court ruling of allowing child pornography, put it together the word, I can't say it on YouTube, saying that they can lessen it. You're allowed to put children in photos and it can be more sexualized. They put that document there. Candace Owens will explain it. Let's keep moving. And I think that's why he's so happy at the moment, because he actually won. You're not associated with that. But the photographers come out also with an apology, saying that, I didn't set the scene. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm going to read that too. But let's just have a look at his Instagram. Now, I find it quite disturbing, especially the ones with kids and GUNs around them. I don't care. Some of them look pretty real. I'm sure they're all toys. But seriously, look at all his weirdo pictures. None of the kid pictures are strange like what we saw in that previous one, because he has always been the photographer of the Toy Stories. But what about all these? What about that? That is dark AF. And I'm an Aussie. We don't have GUNs in our country. And if I'd seen that, I would have been attacking Balenciaga a long time ago. Like, seriously, guys. I know they're French and Europeans are a little bit looser with how they think and act and their bodies. I get it. But at the same time, what were you guys thinking? Like, all these photos are pretty, I don't know, man. Like, I know that looks innocent, the little girl standing there with all the dollies around her. But at the same time, why are you putting kids in your campaign? You don't sell toys, Balenciaga. You don't sell children's plush toys. You don't do any of that. So why are you putting kids in your campaign? I don't understand that basic fact. Serious, guys. Let's have a read of his statement. Following the hundreds of hate mails and messages, I like how he says hate mails because he's obviously French, and messages I received as a result of photos I took for the Balenciaga campaign. I feel compelled to make this statement. I am not in position to comment Balenciaga's choices, but I must stress that I was not entitled in whatsoever manner to neither choose the products nor the models, nor the combination of the same. Okay, as a photographer, I was only solely requested to, I think that's light, the given scene and take shots according to my signature style. As usual, for commercial shooting, the direction of the campaign and the choice of objects displayed are not in the hands of the photographer. Obviously, but you could have actually said, "No, I'm not taking those photos. They are pretty, wrong." I suspect that any person prone to searches on the web has unfortunately a too easy access to images completely different to mine, absolutely explicit in their awful content. Lynching these are addressed against wrong targets and distract from the real problem and criminals. Also, I have no connection with the photo where a Supreme Court document appears that one was taken in another set by other people and was falsely associated with my photos. Someone's taken photos after him. Interesting. But I still don't think you should have taken photos of kids holding teddy bears in, bonding gear. How's that? Plus, I don't think this photographer truly understands that PEDOs, the child does not have to be unclothed. They can just be in provocative situations, like those photos, holding teddy bears in bonding gear. Saying that there's worse photos out there, which 100% there is, this is still feeding into that Balenciaga are okay with that. I don't know why he said that. I don't know if he got anyone to proofread it, but dude, you've come off a bit naive. Just saying. So Candace Owens has also come out explaining it thoroughly for all the people that don't understand. I'm going to let her explain it and I'll be back.
It is just so obvious that there is a ring in Hollywood, and it is obvious in the fact that anybody who speaks out about it gets kicked out of Hollywood. And it is about to become even more obvious because we now have a blatant act that has taken place. And you're going to see that a lot of celebrities who like to use their platforms to condemn everything that sounds like hate speech, right, are going to be quiet. So let me give you an update in case you are not aware of what has happened with Balenciaga. Now, you may know Balenciaga. It's a huge brand. Kim Kardashian is one of the faces of it. In fact, if you go to her profile right now, she has dripped herself in their new campaign. Balenciaga and Adidas are teaming up. They want nothing to do with Ye. Neither does she. Perfect brands for all of them to unite and to sell some products. Who cares? Whatever. Ye has in the past talked about the fact that he thinks that his children are being sexualized in Hollywood. He thinks that it's wrong that his 9-year-old daughter is allowed to be on TikTok and have millions of followers, knowing that they're on the internet. Whatever. We know that everyone calls him crazy for saying that, talking about the sexualization that is taking place in the child is taking place in Hollywood. They keep telling you that he is crazy, okay? Kim has basically allowed this narrative to go on. She has alleged that he has bipolar disorder. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's lying, that it's fine for her daughter to be on Instagram. We also know that Kim K herself has engaged to buy herself access into Hollywood. Her and her mother colluded. So we know that she is compromised as it is. But whatever. The relationship fell apart. Who cares? The whole world wants to cancel Ye. Who cares? I decided I want to stand by him as a friend because I know that he is talking about important things like childhood, and we do need to have a conversation about that. So here's what happened with Balenciaga. Balenciaga recently released their ad for their next campaign, okay? In the ad, they have very young children. You can go to their website and they probably have already taken it down. I will share that stuff on my platform as much as I can during my stories. They have very young children that are looking up with innocent eyes and they're holding teddy bears, Balenciaga teddy bears that are draped in. and the kids are holding them looking very innocent, obviously trying to almost look like children that are in captivity. It's very weird. It's very bizarre. But you might be thinking, oh, it's what's wrong is the people that are even thinking that. Who cares if a child is holding a bear and the bear is... Wait for this, okay? Then they shot another photo from the campaign, and the same exact campaign, and there is a Balenciaga purse, and under the purse, there's a lot of papers. When you zoom in to the papers, what you will see is it is a Supreme Court decision. The Supreme Court decision was Ashcroft versus the Freedom of Speech Coalition, the Freedom Coalition for Speech, right? That was a decision that the Supreme Court struck down certain aspects of virtual child pornography. Okay, so essentially, they are putting these papers that was the Supreme Court decision to strike down certain laws pertaining to virtual child. This is the same Balenciaga that just dropped Ye for being Semitic. Okay, and they are now putting on display because Tucker Carlson did a segment on this and drummed up a response to this. They have now issued a statement saying that they should have never featured the children in the campaign. That's it. We should have never featured the children. Forget the fact that we have papers celebrating purses, but we got caught, so oopsie, we're sorry. Now, here's what I know to be true. Kim Kardashian, girl, I just know you are going to find that same energy that you found, that you and your sister Chloe found, to write a tweet against your husband, condemning and all of its forms, that copy and pasted rhetoric that you meant nothing when you even pasted it. But I know that since you found that energy to condemn that you are going to find that same energy, that same exact effing energy to stand up and to condemn Balenciaga. Because, girl, we know that you are desperate for fame. You sold your own body for it. We know that all you ever wanted in your life. Whether she's supporting
Ye or whether she's, MAGA, I don't really know. I don't care. I'm in Australia. But the thing is, she made some awesome points. And I think it's quite crazy when you think about Kanye, Ye, losing all those contracts over an anti-Semitic remark, and this doesn't take a company down? Like, wow. I think a point that I would have made, other than what she said, because I'm not an American, that PEDOS are everywhere. They are doctors, teachers, they're in Hollywood, they're directors, photographers, they're everywhere. So I don't know why she just says Hollywood is run by PEDOs, because, man, there's judges. Hey, the judge that okayed, ruling to go through that you're allowed to use children in provocative ways, he's probably a PEDO. So don't just narrow it down to Hollywood, Candace. It's freaking rife throughout the world. You feel me? Seriously, Kimmy, everyone's looking at you. What did Kimmy put out after this happened? Let's have a look. So I went to Kimmy's Insta. Yeah, nothing. But there's her just flexing in the Balenciaga Adidas collab. But yeah, she puts this up. Nothing better than these snuggies. True story. You should have actually come out against Balenciaga saying, I've got children. I wouldn't put them in that type of situation. That's terrible that you haven't even come out. But you actually came out on Twitter bashing your ex-husband for remarks. A tweet. Like, what's your game, girlfriend? So I went on Twitter. Is there anything on there? Nothing on there. Absolutely nothing. Because she has a game to play. And her mum is the boss player. And mummy says, you don't bag out Balenciaga. You don't bag out Adidas because we need cash money from them. So, but you can bag out your ex-husband. That's fine. The father of your children. Yeah, go for it. Like, you guys are all twisted, and you know you are. The day Kanye married, sorry, I keep saying Kanye. It's very difficult to just start calling him Ye when I've called him Kanye for 15 years. So just deal with it. I just found it very intriguing that the father of the children you can bash, but not a company. So now I'm going to show you this photographer from England, I imagine, Miss Anne Harriman. Now, he explains why it is difficult to put photos like this out if you don't have everyone complying. Have a quick listen. I'll be back afterwards.
So I've had a lot of messages saying you need to see what's going on with Balenciaga. I have, and as a photographer that's worked with many brands in the fashion industry, I'm utterly horrified, and I'm angry. I know how many steps you go through as a photographer to get the client to approve images. I know how many adult eyes have to look at images for them to be printed, especially for a retail campaign where you're selling the products online. This gift shop shoot by Balenciaga is abhorrent. And those babies, those children who were not protected, I don't know where the parents were, but I do know that those children were not protected so you could sell your products. The fashion industry needs to do something about this. The owner of Balenciaga, caring all the way up to the CEO, to the owner, Francois Pinault, need to do something about this. The idea that any products for children are being sold now on the website of Balenciaga is an affront to those children that were not protected. This is unacceptable, and I don't care if I never shoot for anyone in this industry again. Children we're talking about. To my friends that have any contacts in the fashion industry, do the right thing and speak to the people that can do something about this. An Instagram apology, and yes, we're investigating, is not enough. This is an alarm for the industry. Where are we going? Where our most precious are being used for what? At what cost? No. Unacceptable.
So there you go. It's not easy to get photos like that out for one of the biggest companies in the world because it has to go through many channels. Balenciaga, I hope you go down to Funky Town. I really do. Now I understand why Kanye's selling your hoodies and all your clothes for $20. Because he is just gonna piss you guys off to no end. I imagine he's got Adidas, Balenciaga, and Gap. He's selling everything for $20 with Yay 24 on it because he's running for president, if anyone didn't know. I wish he didn't, but, you know, I'm not his boss. But maybe some change will happen. I look, between you and me, I reckon Kanye'd be better at president than old Pumpkinhead. Just saying. I wish he would get away from that guy. I really do. But I'm going to leave you with this little funny thing he put out today. He's happy. I'll tell you that much. He is a happy, happy man. And Kimmy, you are going down to Funky Town with all the other dirty, rotten scoundrels where it's real stinky because you guys, the Kardashians, are stink bugs. I love you, Yee. And I'm gonna love Yee and leave Yee, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Boy.
I know that this will never happen again in history. There will never be a situation where people end a multi-billion-dollar deal off of a tweet. Gotcha. Thank God no one was hurt in the process. And I feel free. I know that this will never happen again.
Good vibes in and the bad vibes out. You feel me? You dig? Cheers, ballers.
How it feel, how it feel, feel so real. How it feel, how it feel, how it feel, and that feels so real. How it feel, how it feel, how it feel, feel so real. How it feel, how it feel, how it feel, and that feels so real. How it feel.